Long ago, deep in the mountains, there lived an old monk along with his young disciple. The old monk was a devoted practitioner of meditation. Most of his time was spent in deep meditation. Often, once he began meditating, it could last for half a day, sometimes even a whole day. During such deep states, he was also able to catch glimpses of future events. One day, while meditating, the old monk saw a vision that his young disciple would pass away in 8 days. Saddened by this, he thought the boy should see his family once before leaving the world. So he called him and said, "My dear, I am giving you an 8-day holiday. Go home and spend time with your family." "Really? That's wonderful, Master." "Thank you," replied the disciple joyfully. "In fact, I've been feeling homesick for some time." The Master gently reminded him, "But remember, you must return by the 8th day. Go now, I'll be waiting for you." "All right, Master. Please take care of yourself. I'll leave now," said the disciple, smiling. Without noticing the sadness hidden in his master's eyes, the young boy happily went down the hills. He walked cheerfully through the mountains. After traveling for a long while, he stopped at a stream to drink water. There, he noticed an ant's nest near the riverbank, with countless ants moving in and out. He stood watching them curiously. Just as he was about to continue, he saw the water level rising. He thought, "Oh no, the water is rising. If this continues, the ants will drown." Because it had rained heavily in the mountains over the past few days, the downstream water was swelling quickly. The young disciple immediately began thinking of a way to save the ants. He removed his clothes, filled them with soil and stones, and built a small protective wall around the nest. Then, he dug a tiny drain to redirect the flow of water away in case it rose higher. Through this effort, he managed to stop the flood and saved the ants' lives. Satisfied that the ants were safe, he continued his journey and eventually reached home. Day by day passed. On the 8th day, he remembered his promise and set off at once to return to his master. Meanwhile, the old monk was pacing anxiously through the forest, deeply worried. He believed that by now, his disciple must have died, since 8 days had already passed, and it was now the evening of the 9th. He felt sorrowful that he hadn't seen his disciple one last time. But suddenly, from a distance, he saw someone walking down the hills. Looking closely, he realized it was his disciple. Filled with joy, he rushed to him and hugged him tightly. Relieved, yet surprised, he wondered how the boy was still alive. His visions had never been wrong before. Happily, he asked, "Tell me, what have you been doing these 8 days?" The disciple thought for a moment and then explained everything, how he had built a wall and dug a drain to save the ants from drowning. Hearing this, the old monk finally understood. Because the young disciple had saved countless ants, the 8 days of his destined life had been transformed into a long and happy life. This story reminds us that in life, cultivating good deeds and good karma can extend your blessings. Sometimes, they may not necessarily add years to your lifespan, but they surely bring abundance, joy, and peace. Even the smallest act of kindness can alter the course of destiny. It is not the size of the help that matters, but the purity of our heart behind it. When we selflessly help others, even the smallest beings, we create ripples of goodness that return to us in ways we cannot imagine. Good deeds do not only bring blessings, they also shield us from unseen troubles, ease our hardships, and fill our lives with silent grace. Just as the young disciple on 6 years, simple act of saving ants gave him a long and happy life. Our genuine efforts to relieve the pain of others can protect us from many difficulties we may never even know about. Karma watches silently. Every thought, every action, every tear we wipe away. In a world where everyone suffers in some way, when you bring light into someone's life, your own path shines brighter. The blessings you earn through good deeds bring peace, attract happiness, and open the doors of prosperity. A heart full of kindness never walks alone. It always walks together with grace, blessings, and eternal peace. Thank you for watching this story. If you liked it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to The Story Seeker for more inspiring stories that touch the heart and soul. Until next time, keep spreading kindness.